Hi guys and welcome to the new episode. In today's episode we are going to start working on the front end, do some components, do some explanation how to pick up font. We will probably style the header and the hero section as well. And we will slowly start doing all other sections because it's too much for a single episode. So I'm trying to split it up in a few different pieces, which will be easier for you to follow. Um, what I do when I receive a design for the team, so I usually just like scroll through everything, see what kind of sections are there, see the fonts, what is needed from the components part, and with the experience you will be able to like deduct what is the most relevant stuff, but always you can add more if you need it. So mostly designers also do some kind of components and preview of the actual theme sections. So you have like primary colors, you have typography with font sizes for each different parts of the typography. You have components and stuff like that. So first we will like load this font, main font, which is a Google font. We need to call it from the Google or actually download it from the actual uh, Google site. So in order to do that, we will going to open the Google Fonts page. We will look for the manual font, and now we have option to either use this part to actually load it in our HTML, or we are going to do it another way, which I prefer, is to actually load the fonts inside our theme and then reuse those files there. So in order to do that, I will use this nice little page which is called Google Web Fonts Helper. Sorry. We are going to search for the main font. We are going to click it. We need to select the sizes we need. So we need regular and 700. We only need modern CSS, nothing else. We do not support older browser or legacy support. Customize font prefix. What is this? So in order to load fonts in Sage theme, we will use this custom prefix. It basically will load the font from the fonts folder. I will now show you the. We need to download it. We need to copy this. And now inside our theme, I have already created to speed up the process a new folder under styles base, which has file base there, and we are setting in our main style directory file. We are calling that base file. Inside that base file, we are calling for typography and main. What are those? So main will be everything which is generally related to the theme. I just put this font family there, so nothing else is still here. We will add all other stuff later. And under typography, we just need to paste the stuff we just copied. So it will load all the fonts we selected from Google Web. If you need multiple of fonts, we can repeat this process for all the fonts you need. Now important thing is to actually copy the font you downloaded inside theme fonts folder. I already did that to speed up everything. So you just need to make sure that fonts are actually there. Once you do this, we can start our dev environment by doing npm run dev or yarn dev or whatever is your preferred way to run that. dev environment. Once you want to do that, it will, if there is no error, it will load up localhost 3000, which we can then use to actually preview our face. So as you can see, the font is in use. The page is using the font we selected. Now everything is ready for future styling. So what next? I usually do the following. So I usually style both font theme header, footer, and then I start with the actual inside of the theme, as I call it. So we first we're going to do the header, then we are going all the way to the footer. Once we complete that, we are clear to actually style the entire theme as well. So let's start with header. Header is quite simple on this theme. It just consists of the logo and the menu and some buttons here. Okay, let's create a component actually for the header of the site. We will be using blade components. I will demonstrate what are they useful for, what are the awesome, and how to make your own. To start, we are going to actually start in our header blade PHP. We can delete those styling files we have open just to have everything under one. We have our development environment running. We have an example of this page here. So what are components, how to create them? It's quite easy basically. You need to be in your theme directory, open terminal. I'm using the one built in PHP Storm just so we are on the same page. To create a component, we are going to use WP acorn helper make component, and then we need to pass the name of the component. We are going to make a sample component called hello just to demonstrate what and how to create components. So make sure first letter is uppercase, it's a standard. Once you press enter, it will create under your view a new view which will display what your component is doing. And inside the components folder, you will have a hello file, which you can basically extend your component, but this one is rather simple. It just return view command components hello. So we open to use that component. We just need to put x hello. What is this x? X is basically a way for us to tell Blade this is a component call component called hello, which is inside view components hello. If you, for example, have a subfolder here, let's make one folder just to demonstrate. We can have a subfolder, and then your component would be inside the subfolder. Then you would call it subfolder dot hello. So it's quite easy. You just add dot to make Blade understand that this is a folder, not name of the component. So once we have this hello, what is happening? So right now nothing. We don't see nothing because our component does not return anything. But once we are inside the view, we can change this to some text. Let be standard war hello. world. So once we refresh, or our dev environment will automatically refresh, you can see hello world there. So right now we are not doing anything fancy here, but we are just demonstrating what are components and how to call them. So we have this type of component, and we can also have another way to call component. Let's say we have a component that is called hello, but we need to pass something inside a component. So we can have component that wrap another component or another text, or we need to put some span here and then say hello. How do we do that? Let's remove the old one. We can rewrite our components quite simple. We just need to remove this hello world and use the magic variable called slot. This is a blade way to use whatever the person provided inside as an output. So once we refresh, you can see that it will output hello, and it will wrap it in span as we put it in our code. That's that's all nice and everything, but let's make an actual example how to we can also I forgot to tell, we can also pass class like background, red, text. These are all table classes. So once we pass this, the component should render the class. It isn't right now because I wanted to demonstrate why it isn't. So right now it's nothing, but if we edit our component file and pass the attributes, which is also another Magic Blade stuff, which basically read everything you wrote here and pass it inside the component. And now if you refresh, you can see that we are actually outputting those classes. They are inside the component. It's not just class. So you can pass anything you want there. You can pass data attribute or something, or whatever you need there, anything custom. So once we refresh and inspect, you can see that it also passing the data attribute. Now this is a really super small example of component, but now let's make an actual component we need. So buttons for our team. We just need to repeat the language, command again, call it the button. We pass it, and then it tell me company already agrees because in the while I was not recording, I had some issues and I needed to restart, but basically the component is there. It returned component button, which I deleted in the meantime. I could just fix this error by deleting this button altogether and then repeating the command. And okay, now we have a button which also return just component button, and button is basically again just a div with some comments there. We can now replace button with the actual a tag. We can again use slot as we used it on the last example, and we can also add an attributes like before. So with that in set, we can put a button, we can put button 1, and we can also let's make another button so we can prove a point. Now we have two buttons. Both are not styled or anything. We can pass this class background red, text is white, text is XL. Okay, so once we refresh, one button will have those styles, another not. So let's copy all those here, and now if you refresh, both buttons will have. Now you see where is this going. We need to copy bunch of classes every time we use this component, and we need to remember what were those classes, what the order was, what color, what text was. So it's not really maintainable, right? If, for example, in future we want to replace red button with blue button or whatever, then we will need to go through all the theme, search for all those classes just inside the component of button and then replace it. So Blade provides us with really nice default classes for button, so we can basically remove all of this and inside button component we have this merge command, which will basically use whatever you provide as default, and then it will also merge whatever you provide additional. So it sounds complicated, but it's not. So see here, I left this class, but on the other one I didn't. But the output should be same. So button 1 used the merge functionality and extracted all the default, and button 2 basically was overwritten. But if I remove everything from button 2 and put background blue, so now we have button blue 600, and if we show, you can see easily that one is red, one is blue. That leave a lot of classes out, so we don't need to repeat, but you still need to have like an ability for button 1 to have different class, like background transparent and border blue, sorry, border blue. Now if we refresh, we still need to replace the text to also be text white, text blue. Okay, so now you're seeing again, we need to have a bunch of other classes to override to make one outlined and one not. Why? Let me remind you of our design. So one button was outlined and another one was filled. In this case, it's better to use button type. So we could have component which is called button outlined and another which is called button, but again it's kind of duplicated. So we could make this. Let's have a property called type, which will default to filled, but for the other button we could have property type outline. Okay, we have outline and we have button without outline. In order to this to work, we need to modify the actual button component with some additional stuff. So we need type, basically. It's already suggesting, so public type. It will be a string. Also, we need to have a public string type class which will hold the actual classes we are returning to the user button, and we need have some kind of types. Basically, we have primary blue, primary red. This is coming from Google. GitHub Copilot. I will disable it now so it doesn't interfere with our work, but it's a good example what can be set. So we have outline and we can have a button primary. So let's have these two types for the beginning. Now these are the classes which we'll be using as a default for our button. So we can add any classes we want. We can for time being, let's extract all of these inside the button component. And then for the other button outline, we are going to just put border blue 400 and text white, text extra large. Okay. So now we need to basically construct this button using the stuff we have here. So under the construct, we are going to set default type is equal to primary. What does that mean? So if somebody doesn't add a type, it will basically pick up type as primary. Now we need set this type is equal to just this type basically. So we are saying our button type is primary here basically, or whatever user put. Now we have type, we need to somehow extract the value of all the classes from our types variable. So we will use this. Sorry, I just noticed it's not type, but this. This type class is equal. Now we are using this types, and then we are extracting the type. So to simplify this, what does it do? So if somebody put type primary, it will just read this value. If somebody put outline, it will read this value. Now this type class and type, basically type and type class are available under our commands. So we can and we will use those there. So in order to do that, we can do this. We can leave the class how it is right now. We can also okay, we can also use this what we have there, and combine with whatever user add as we can this and type. Okay, okay, we have our type defined. I just noticed we need to put here red 400. It doesn't matter, just an example of classes. So according to this, we should get two buttons, one with outline, one with the actual red background. So now we are free to style whatever button we want. Since this lection is already quite long, I suggest we move the ATS stuff and button styling to the next episode. I promise it will be way sooner than this one. I had some busy week before me, so hopefully I will have more time this week to record multiple episodes if possible. See you guys in the next one.